Why is it whenever you want to do some DIY, it's always tipping it down? I've had to put the gazebo up today because I'm going to be taking one door, making 5 cuts to turn it into 4 pieces, put them together to make one bench. This is actually going to be the 5th episode of Trash to Cash, and this door was a bit of a bargain. I got it on clearance from B&Q. It should have been £49, but they've got it marked up at £24.50. So the first cut that I'm going to make is right down the middle, literally splitting the door in half. So I'm going to measure and mark the halfway point as my back gets soaked. Now I can make this cut with a jigsaw. That's cut number 1 done. At the top of the door, this piece measures 10 centimetres, so I want to transfer that measurement to the middle of the door now. So as you can see, I've made a mark across the middle of the door now, and this has been measured 10 centimetres in from this edge, so it matches the other side of the door. So when this is cut off, we should have a nice even piece. This is going to be either the seat or the backrest, and I'm going to cut this off with a jigsaw as well. So this will be cut number 2. So that's cut number 2 done. Cut number 3 is exactly the same as cut number 2, it's just done to the other half of the door. That's cut number 3 done. So far we've made 3 cuts and we've got 4 pieces. We've got a backrest, we've got a seat, we've got an armrest, and we've got another armrest. Next job we need to do is cut some kind of fancy curve onto the side of the armrest. We're going to use this wider piece on the door to form the top of the armrest. It'll give us plenty of room to cut a fancy curve. To mark out the curve, this is obviously going to differ depending on the door that you're using, but I'm going to put some rough measurements. I'm going to come in from the side, 9 centimetres, and just make a couple of marks. Then I'm going to come in from this inside edge and mark 6 centimetres. I'm marking 6 centimetres because that matches the thickness of the bottom of this panel. Now I can join those marks up, and that gives me a bit of an L shape to the armrest, but I want it to look a little bit more fancy than that. So I'm just going to use an old spray can to act as a bit of a guide for some curves. And it'll just make it all look a little bit more elegant. So it's going to cut round, swooping at the top, swooping into there, and then to finish it off, one last curve towards the front. I think that's going to look really nice. All of this can get cut away with a jigsaw now. And there's our curve. It's a bit rough at the moment, but we'll be able to sand this back and get it all evened out. But I'll be able to first use this as a template to mark out the other side piece. And there's the 5th and final cut done. Right, so we've got all our pieces cut. I've gone ahead and I've given them a little bit of a light sanding, and it's ready for some assembly. Now I've got some scrap battens here that I'm going to be using to help secure all the pieces together. There's only 2 of them, and these I'm going to act just as a bit of a brace for the seat. So what I'm going to do is measure 40 centimetres at the front and make a mark, and I'm going to measure 38 centimetres at the back, and that will give me just a slight angle to the seat. It should be a lot more comfortable, and it should help any kind of water run off towards the back as well. To fix this in place, I'm just going to be using some exterior wood glue and some screws. It always helps to drill a pilot hole first just to stop the wood from splitting. Can do the same on the other side piece now. That's the second one done. So to help with assembly, I've got the side panels standing up now, but I've got a couple of clamps on the bottom just to stop them from tipping over, and I'll be able to bring into place the seat itself. And that should just rest on those battens. I'm going to be taking this off again in a sec. I'm going to add some wood glue and then it'll be secured with screws in from the side. We'll come back and sink those screw heads below the surface a bit later on, but for now it'll just help to hold it all together. You can do the same on the other side now. The back panel goes in a similar sort of way, just without any of the battens. This is a little bit more awkward to do as well, so you might want to get someone to help you with this step. But I'm just going to be adding a bead of the external wood glue along the side of the panel. Same on the other side as well. Now I should be able to pinch this into place. It's going to be a bit tight because the clamps are holding it in a weird angle. But slide it in. Now this is the awkward part, so I need to hold it level and get a screw in. So I've got the holes where the screws are completely filled and sanded back smooth, so now it's ready for some paint. I'm going to be using a garden paint. This will help protect it from the elements and it'll just help it all blend in a lot nicer. What you're going to do with the British Weather Eye, still tipping it down now, but I've made it, so I'm going to enjoy it. I really hope that you like this one, turning a door into a bench with just 5 cuts. If you decide to have a go at making one for yourself, please do post some pictures on social media and be sure to tag on a budget in it, because we'd absolutely love to see them. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you click the subscribe button and then click the little bell icon next to it. That way you'll get a notification as soon as you upload a new video. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to get in the dry now.